Hey, what is going on, guys? This is DJ Clan Smasher, and today I'm bringing you an episode that is Elite Gaming versus King Jeffrey. This is for the CCL, guys. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I believe this is going to be week 5, and with this one right here, guys, the breakdown was 8, 18, 19, and we have some awesome hits, guys. A pretty good variety. 4 Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 3 stars, and 6 10v10 3 stars. So if you haven't already, you should definitely subscribe to the channel, especially if you want to see different kinds of war recaps with Elite Gaming and White Temple for the most part. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get started with these 10v10s, and then we'll move on to the 11v11s. Thanks, guys. Alright, guys, thanks again for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and start with number 26. We're going to work our way from the bottom to the top so that we can see those 11v11s at the very end. And bear with me, guys. This is going to be a long video because there are a lot of 10v10 hits. This one's going to be pretty cool, guys. So it's going to be a Golem kill squad with some bowlers over here starting at the 3 o'clock mark. So because this video is going to be pretty long, I'm going to 2-time most of these hits. But you know, you guys will still be able to see what's going on. So anyways, guys, as you can see, the jump spell was placed, a rage spell just to get through this core section. The king had to use the king ability. The queen was able to get the king and the queen, guys. So one inferno is already down. Now is starting the hog attack closer to 12 o'clock, moving his way around towards the base in a counterclockwise fashion. As you can see, there are a few wizard towers here left, guys, but look at that heal spell. That heal spell was placed in a very great spot. There is no more splash damage after this except for that mortar. That mortar is not really going to do anything against these hog riders, guys. So Burns just bringing in a 3-star with this hog attack. Pretty much a kill squad hog attack. So those are pretty awesome hits, especially taking advantage of the single inferno bases. Just making sure that you can snipe at least one, getting to the core, getting rid of a few defenses in the core section just to make sure that the hog pathing is pretty good, guys. So that was versus King Jeffrey. Dr. PhD here. So with this war, guys, just in general, I'll be talking throughout showing you guys these attacks. So we're gonna first move on to number 24, and then I'll let you guys know and on some stuff. So this was gonna be by Jethro here, and this is gonna be a minor attack, guys, mass minor. So anyways, guys, with this war, actually, it was looking very good for us. Within the last 2 hours, we were already at 4 11v11s. And they hadn't used a lot of their attacks. I believe they only had 1 or 2 11v11s, or maybe even none at that time. So it was looking very promising. I came back, next thing you know, they already had 4 11v11s, so they tied us on the 11v11s, guys. And they had more 10v10s than us. So they did come back for the win. So great job by KJ, bringing in some awesome attacks on their 11v11 and their 10v10 portion. They did take the win for this CCL match, but we still gave them a run for their money because we did keep a pretty close game. It wasn't, you know, overkill or anything like that. They did beat us by 2 stars, but they did beat us as far as 10v10s go. That's where they got us, guys. So anyways, guys, as you can see, Jet was able to take care of this base with miners. It was getting very close to the very last portion of it. A few miners were left, about 3 it looks like. And he was able to work through the base. So great job by Jethro. The good thing is that the Lava Hound did not pop. If he did pop, it would have been a little lethal because he was already running short on some of these miners, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to number 23. This one's going to be by Bill Gates. And we're going to go ahead and do that attack. This one's also going to be another mass miner attack. Guys, this attack, as you can see, still works. So even though the miners did get nerfed in a way that they are 6 troop space instead of 5, the attack still works. The main thing you want to do is kind of get rid of some of these extra structures that you see as far as trash buildings go. So take advantage of that with a few archers and stuff. Send in the queen on one side, and then usually the king will help funnel the other side. As you can see, he finally placed the king over here at the 12 o'clock mark. The queen was at the 9 o'clock, and now the miners towards the middle section, guys. And this mainly works when it comes to the CC being soft. being like a lava hound. If it was a golem, that would change the story because those miners would pop with the golem once the golem goes down. So it does have to be a lava hound. I'm not sure about soft CC, but I know that it, like with witches and stuff, can give them a hard time. But for the most part, you know, it just depends. It's just crazy, especially now with the base building, guys. It is just all over the place because you can build for one certain attack, try to defend against that attack, but then somebody else will come in with something else, you know. So it just varies, guys. It does open up a lot of doors for variety as far as attacks go. As you can see, miners here, hogs over there, you know, especially with 11v11s as well. Bolaloon, there's witches, there's hog attacks as well, guys. I've seen a few miner attacks, not too many, but miners are still there, guys. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and fast forward. As you can see, there is a pretty good amount of miners, just pretty much overkill this base. The king, the queen were still standing at the very end, so great job by Bill Gates here, taking care of the 3-star versus Salmesh. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to number, I wrote these all messed up, but we're going to go ahead and move on to number 22. I might have missed that one when I was writing all these down, but the good thing is that because this is a no-dip league, it's easy for me to find them since they're all, you know, they're all in order for me. So anyways, guys, sends in a baby dragon over here at the 3 o'clock mark. Wanted to send another one at 6 o'clock just to kind of create a nice funnel. Unfortunately, there was a Sam that was on the outside that made it a little bit more difficult to try to go ahead and funnel that in because the baby dragon did die. So now the golem goes in, sends in a few wizards, just to kind of help with the king, taking care of the king right here and getting rid of some of these defenses such as a Tesla and all that stuff. The queen has finally taken care of a pretty good amount of defenses over here. It's very close to taking care of that wizard tower. That was one of the main things to take care of. It's not going to be an issue, guys, as you can see, because did get a 3-star. So now sends in the king ability. The bowlers are starting to move in. So this is a kill squad, guys. For the hog riders. So the kill squad does take care of the queen just in time before they go down. Now starts the hog attack over here starting at 3 o'clock and starts setting the rest of the hogs just slowly but surely. And then after that kind of starts trickling them in on the side pathway with the defenses just to kind of keep the hogs going in the same pathway, guys. That way they're not, you know, moving around the whole base, going outside to take care of the mortar and then going to the next defense. It's more of a cutting off those defenses to make sure that the hog riders are all together and keeping them all fully healed. So great job by fam here. I believe this is when, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, let's so now the hog riders are moving forward. The wizard tower could be a threat, but luckily there wasn't a big bomb next to it, so it's still good right there. The hog riders move on to the Tesla, and now it's going to be cleanup, guys. That lava hound can't do anything towards those hog riders. It's so weak. It's like doing bare minimum damage. If it popped, that would be a different story, but that is not the case. So now the minion is doing a very great job of kind of weakening this clan castle, guys. Just a hardcore minion, weakening it for these hog riders to get over here and take care of the last building. So great job there. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next hit, guys. So let's see what's next. Alright, so it's going to be number 13. So now with number 13, guys, it's going to be Big John. And this one is going to be a queen over here at the 6 o'clock portion. A golem over here to take care of the archer tower. And then a few bowlers just to make sure to take care of that archer tower over there. Now sends in a few hog riders here just to be able to take care of that archer tower. So that was pretty sick, guys, how he created that real nice funnel. So as you can see, the queen is going to be a Sui queen because most likely this is going to be a lava hound CC. So usually with those, you know, they get stuck with the queen gets stuck with the lava hound, so he didn't want that. So instead I used that as a Sui queen over there just to kind of get some more structures and defense is taken care of. So sends in the king with the bowlers. The bowlers are ranged up. It takes care of that portion and takes care of the king, which is very important, guys, when it comes to these hog attacks. The king is not something to mess around with. Doesn't mean you can't get the 3-star with the hog rider hits, but it's definitely a lot easier when you don't have a king chasing you around. So clutch free spell right here, guys. Took care of the Inferno and the Wizard Tower, so that was pretty sick, getting that splash damage percentage taken care of with the free spell. And as you can see, guys, sends in the last heal spell to take care of this last Wizard Tower. So great job by Big John, just taking care of business here, getting a solid 3-star. Versus Ossoff. So let's go ahead and move on to the next few hits, guys. So let's just clean up from here. Great stuff by John here. So now the next hit, guys, is going to be on their number 12. So with their number 12, guys, let's take a look. So this one's going to be a Bow Witch attack, kind of like the TT style attack. If you haven't seen that one, definitely check it out. So now sends in the Queen over here, closer to the 12 o'clock mark. Sends in the Witch boulder portion at the 3 o'clock mark. Sends in some Giants and the rest of the boulders, and then it's kind of waiting patiently for the jump spells to place them over here at the 2 o'clock portion. So sends in 2 jump spells and then waits for these boulders to kind of get through, to be able to get through the base, guys. And then notice how he places the jump spells. He places them in the sense to keep the boulders in going to a few directions. You don't want to open up too many compartments, because then the boulders go all over the place, and that does not help the situation at all. So great job by Beatdown here, taking care of business. As you can see, now that he's taking care of this, the Infernos, that is usually a main threat, especially when there's single Infernos, guys. So that's the reason why Giants were placed instead of the Golems, because the Golems would have just gotten trashed right away. But the Giants can take a few more hits because there's more targets for the single Infernos to try to get. So anyways, guys, the Queen is moving in from the 9 o'clock portion, going down and taking care of business. There's still a pretty good amount of boulders and witches. Now the boulders are done, but check this out, guys. This hardcore minion just going in there, taking care of the Wizard Tower before the Lava Hound pops. So good stuff there. It was real close, but you know, he did take care of some business, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next hits, guys. And this time we're going to move on to the 11v11s. So let's go ahead and do that. This time I did attack pretty late. My attacks were real bad just throughout all the wars, guys. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm losing it. I might just need some rest. But anyways, sends in the Queen at 6 o'clock, guys, and it's pretty much going to be a Queen walk with some hogs. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This new meta, like, well, it's not really a meta. It's more of like the Inferno change has made such a huge difference when it comes to the building of these kinds of bases in general. And check that out, guys. That was just super smart on Wen's part, just taking care of that Inferno. That was just super sick. Using that Inferno to, I mean, the loons with haste to take care of that Inferno and pull the CC. So that was very smart by Wen, taking care of that business. Sends in a rage spell to make sure that the Queen stays alive. And then after that, once the Queen starts moving in closer to the 9 o'clock portion, sends in the King to kind of help the Queen out a little bit, getting rid of some of these structures, because as you can see, he's trying to path the pathway to make sure that he can take care of the enemy Queen. If the King was not placed there, the Queen would go all the way around, and that is not something that he wants. So anyways, guys, as you can see, sends in a few wall breakers. Actually, the last one, not too much of an issue. Does take care of the clan castle. The clan castle does come out. There's a bunch of Valkyries, which can be lethal, but the good thing is that the Queen was raged up, which helped out a lot, guys. And then now the Hog Rider portion is started over here at 12 o'clock with a nice flank, and then the rest of the Hog Riders are sends in a nice heal spell to keep them alive, because of the bomb tower and the Infernos. And then after that, guys, as you can see, they're moving their way from the 12 o'clock mark to the 3 o'clock. And then just moving towards the bottom portion, guys. So very nice job of sending that Grand Warden ability, keeping them alive, and through all these big bombs, guys. So that was pretty sick, seeing that portion taking care of business. And now this last heal spell is going to be placed, guys. There is a bomb tower, which is could be a threat, but because he has that heal spell and it's only one bomb tower, it's not too much of an issue. And he still has a bunch of hogs, guys. So now it's mainly cleanup. He did start the cleanup up top with a few minions and things like that. So great job by Wen here, guys. Got a super awesome 3-star with some Hog Riders. So that is super awesome, just seeing Hog Riders do some mad work, unlike before where they weren't really seen too much. I would use him every once in a while, but it wasn't something that you would see on a daily basis. So anyways, guys, Fog actually got a super awesome 6-pack, guys. Bewitch attack, he just killed it. Started with the Queen Walk at 6 o'clock. As you can see, he's being very patient, taking care of business. So the queen is taking care of some of these structures over here at 6, creating a nice pathway, and then sends in the golem with the rest of the bowlers, guys, and then is being very patient to send the king. So now the king goes down with the warden, sends in 1 jump spell, and then after that is going to place the next jump spell here in a bit. First 1 rage just to kind of get things going, and then just watch this, guys. The jump spell is placed, and then it's going to be very patient, uses the Grand Warden ability, which helps out tremendously, especially with that big bong, and then places a real nice heal spell that healed these bowlers right back on track. The queen is moving over here at the side point, uses the queen ability, guys, and then after that places the last rage spell you'll see here in a bit. It's going to place it right there, right next to the Inferno, kind of in the core section, so that these troops can just move around and take care of business. The king moves in, takes care of the Inferno, and then after that, once that is taken care of, the queen is still alive over here at the top section, so don't forget about that, guys. And it's just doing some mad work. And then after that, as you can see, the witches there's still a pretty good amount over here. Now they take care of the Archer Tower. The Wizard Tower could be a threat, but because he still has the Queen, it's not going to be too much of an issue, guys. So as you can see, the Wizard does take care of the witches for the most part, but the Queen is going to start moving in here in a bit, and boom, snipes, and done. Nice 3-star by Fog here. And that is not it, guys. Let me show you the other 3-star that he got, because that was just super awesome. So Fog leading the way with the 6-pack. So anyways, guys, sends in the queen. Wait, did I just show you this one? No, it just looks very similar. Wow. Anyways, sends in the queen over here at the 6 o'clock portion. He kind of started the same way, that's why it threw me off a little bit. So sends in the queen at the 6 o'clock portion, sends in a few witches and bowlers over here at the flank at 3 o'clock to make sure that the funnel is created, guys. That town hall does have a lot of hit points. So he does want to create a nice funnel. So great job of placing the bowlers in the sense that they took care of the Archer Tower and a few defenses that were behind the town hall. So now waits patiently for the queen to take care of some business, uses a nice rage spell, use the Grand Warden ability, and then place the heal spell. And then now is going to start moving towards the middle section. The good thing is that the heal spell was placed right there where these big bombs weren't too much of a threat. So as you can see, the queen is moving outside. So it's kind of like the TT attack. So he has become a beast with this attack, guys. Even on 10v10, which is why in the other recap that I did, I thought he did a Bowwitch attack, but it was actually a La Luna attack. So Fog is, you know, he can do all kinds of attacks. So it's crazy. He just sees a weakness and acts upon it. So great job there. So let's go ahead and move forward, guys. As you can see, these bowlers took care of some of these buildings. The only threat would be the the Inferno, but the good thing is that it's a multi, so it's not going to be an issue versus a queen. And as you can see, the healers are healing the troops. That wouldn't have been a thing if it wasn't for the update. So anyways, guys, as you can see, the Inferno is the last thing that's about to go down, and it does finally go down. So great job by Fog with that awesome 6-pack. About the same army comp, guys. So if you want to try that out, it's definitely something to mess around with. So let's go ahead and move on to the last hit. This one's going to be by Skip. Skip is just awesome. All kinds of levels, guys. The best 9v9 hitter. He knows how to use 10v10s, and apparently can also kill it with Town Hall 11s. So anyways, guys, sends in the queen. Queen walk over there at the 3 o'clock mark, is being very patient when it comes to this attack, and then just kind of waiting to see where the queen walks. The queen starts going to the 6 o'clock mark, and then once the queen starts walking down a little bit more, sends in the golem with a few the wizards to create a funnel, guys. And then look at how patient he is. Finally sends in the jump spell to redirect the golem, and then uses the Grand Warden ability to keep everything alive. And that was actually very well timed, because he could have just used the heal spell, but he used the Grand Warden ability, which was perfect, because when the bowlers go through 2 big bombs at the same time, they get crushed no matter what unless they triggered one at a time and the heal spell is placed at the right time. So it was better to use the Grand Warden ability versus a heal spell there. So great job by Skip here, recognizing that, using that Grand Warden ability in time, and just pure trashing this base, guys. It's just massacre here at this point. Look at how many bowlers and witches are alive, and the queen and the king and the Grand Warden are still alive, guys. So many healers. It was just crazy. So anyways, guys, this was a very close war. It looked like we had it at the beginning, but King Jeffrey definitely brought it back. It was 119 to 121. They did beat us by 10v10s. Our 9v9s did pretty good. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe if you want to see some awesome hits like this. And I'll see you guys next time, guys. This was for the Clash Cup League. So anyways, don't forget to keep calm and clash on, and I'll be posting another video recap very soon. We're gonna have another placement match for the CWL Invite Season 4. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time, and don't forget to keep calm and clash on.